welcome. Now today I'm going to do a flip through of Amiga Formats issue 103. Let's put the issue numbers as well. November 1997. Actually, that was the time when it was sort of my prime when it comes to the Amiga. My life was Amiga, in other words. It was like my high school days, basically. So yeah, let's get some music going and start. Do check out PCBWay. They do high quality custom PCBs, single and double-sided, as well as both surface mounted and through-hole assembly. I'm actually thinking about getting our SidBox 5 assembled with them once we've finished our PCB design, as well as some of my future projects. They have a very fast delivery service, so you will get your PCB delivered to you in no time. Let's have some classic cola today. The one which reminds me of 90s SodaStream cola. Don't know, there's something endearing about it. It's the smell of it. Yeah, that's SodaStream cola. It's not really, but it reminds me of it. Anyway, 1997. That was the time when I actually started making music. I was messing around with mods like a couple of years before then. And that was the year when I full on started. I was really shy at first when I made my first mod. To this day, I keep it hidden. I'm too shy to show it anyone. I don't know why, it's a thing. Anyway, so, okay, so Weird Science. I actually have a CD of this. What I'm gonna do is, and it's still wrapped, I still haven't open it out. I bought it recently because I was always curious about these. What's this Weird Science thing? It's getting cold. What's this Weird Science thing? And yeah, I think we should have a look at this at one point. So yeah, as I will with the cover discs, I will do an exploration video on them. Exploring, especially about exploring cover discs, the ones which I do in my flip throughs on magazines. So yeah, that'll be one of them. Again, my beautiful iTech. Warms my heart seeing it. I wish I could get one. It'd be nice. Heck, it'd be nice to see someone else having one. Even these days. Nick Fitch, I remember him. Actually, he's been in Amiga format quite a bit. More RAM expansions. That's the thing, I love looking at Amiga peripherals, you know this. So I'm gonna be like... Oh, there was that thing, wasn't it? That 3D sound thing. Where did it go? I'm sure it was around here. It was Epic Marketing that was selling it. It's like some 3D sound thing. I wouldn't mind trying it just as curiosity to see what exactly it was about. And what exactly it did to the sound to make it sound 3D, And let's see if I could replicate that. Make some noise. So this one's more about making music. Yeah, make some noise. Dr. Colcat, Aphrodite, and Alistair Brimble. Cool! I like Alistair Brimble stuff. Superfrog stuff. And many others. Including Treasure Island DZ and lots of others. Oh, that's nice. Takes me right back to the 90s. Amiga. Get into gear. Gateway. 2000. I remember this gateway thing. They didn't do anything with Amiga, did they? You didn't do freaking much with it. See? Women. Women in the Amiga world. We existed. The reason why I keep saying it is because people are just like, really? Women? Women are never in Amiga. I keep getting stupid comments like this. And I'm just like, really? Seriously, open your eyes. Even in magazines. Anyway. The most important thing is most people realize it. Most people see it. It's just the odd freaking weirdo who doesn't. Vicky. I wonder what she's up to now. Oh, Infinitive Amiga computers. Mac emulation Fusion. That was for the Amiga? Oh my goodness, that's actually... I wouldn't mind trying that out. Fusion is the ultimate software only for Mac emulation for any Amiga with 68020 or better. I know you can do Mac emulation on the Vampire, but I haven't seen it done on 68020 CPU. I guess back then, you know, if there's 68,000 Macs, it probably wouldn't take us much to emulate one. I'm figuring. I don't know too much about Mac architecture except, you know, the ones which were 68,000. You and your Amiga could soon be writing top 10 hits together. John Kennedy finds out how it's done, and Ben Vost meets the men who've made it. When the Amiga first appeared in the 80s, they could do something incredible: play back real sounds with 4 individual sound channels. The Amiga could play music, add sound effects to games, and even talk with a speech synthesizer. Say that too quick. Synthesizer. Computers and music met and could never be separated again. Okay, something to come back to, because I'll be here all day if I read this for you. But it sounds really intriguing. It's possible to use the Amiga to compose tunes with no extra hardware at all, and the key is the tracker program. Yay! There are plenty of excellent tracker applications available, from the free Pro Tracker to the commercial Octomad. Octomad manages to play up to 8 samples at once, although at reduced quality. Octomad Sound Studio is the latest incarnation of the tracker program, and with a fast Amiga, it is capable of excellent results. Okay, cool. This reminds me of Messiah. Maybe it's what Messiah was based on. Well, I guess, yeah, it would be. Because it's got a similar sequencer style, so it's just sequencer, I guess. Mixing all those stereo signals into one stereo pair for recording is hard work. Yeah, it is. An interview with Aphrodite. Okay, interesting. Be nice to see how these lot approached it. An interview with Alistair Bro. Actually, that'd be interesting as well. How did you... Also young Alistair. How did you get started in computer music as opposed to real music? It all started off with a Spectrum. I bought one and started off by entering notes from my piano music using the Spectrum's beep command, producing some truly terrible music. Later I got a Spectrum 128 and heard a soundtrack by David Whittaker, David Whittaker's Glider Rider. I was really amazed at the time, and it really made me want to make my own music. So I bought another program called Wham, the jukebox, which allowed you to play several notes at the same time on the Spectrum, and I created a few tracks on that. Next, it was onto the Amiga where it all really started. I wrote a few demo tracks on Aegis Sonics and sent them to a newly formed PD company that's called 17-Bit Software. They really liked what I did and published the tunes on one of their first discs. When 17-Bit Software set up Team 17, I was obviously first in line to create the music for their games, such as Alien Breed, Project X, and just before that I had just sent the same demos for a film called Codemasters, so that my first job was actually a game called For Soccer Sims, which eventually came out as Italia 90. The game was terrible and so was the music, but it was the first time I'd ever written for a game. Never actually played Italia 90, but then again I'm not into football or football games at all. Closest thing to football, I can read this later on actually. It's quite an interesting read, especially for me because I'm really into writing music on the Amiga. Actually, it's what I did. It was what I was doing at this time as well. 1997. What is this? Ooh, Pro Grab. Wait, that's that thingy. Video grabber. Well, it's a screen grabber, I think. Ooh, old camcorder. These goodies. All these nice goodies here. Amiga International. Is this the place where I got my catalog discs? I ordered them. Must be somewhere. Don't know where I found them because I can't remember. I think it was a few different ones. I know this one, they did one, Epic Marketing did one, and I got one one catalog disc from each. That looks nice. I haven't seen this before. Why? How come? Street Racer. I'm just looking at the graphics here. They look pretty nice. It's making me want freaking SodaStream. It reminds me a little of, it gives me Another World vibe. Maybe because of the color palette. Another potentially very big game is this one from Sadness that's been developed by the Hungarian Invictus team, coding group. It's a graphic adventure very much in the flashback mold, but with even more impressive interaction. Okay, interesting. It does seem quite dark. Mist. Mist? That was an Amiga? Oh, and the big PC and Mac is still underground, some final tweaking game jam. I was constantly dreaming of a freaking squirrel's Skazian face in a zip drive. I really wanted like more storage because everything I stored was on, at this time, 1987, everything was on floppy disks. The first time I got a hard drive for my Amiga, it was literally just like an IDE one which I put into the Amiga, directly. Oh my goodness, my world changed. It was, all my samples were on, because when I was making, music, it was like, I had to switch between sample discs, which is what ended up making me buy like, extra external drives, because I got sick of swapping discs. At one point I had maxed out the external drives. Literally had like up to DF3, so I had like 4 drives from my Amiga. And it was great for making music. Oh, these freaking pedals here. I actually used them in Amiga Ireland for the first time, that steering wheel and that pedals. It was ridiculous, but it was actually fun. What is this? PD select. See what PD games are here. Lost in space inside a massive burned out vessel with little time and less energy. Worse than that, you're a little grey blob. What's the game called? Spacewalker. Oh, okay. Cool. I must check that out. I'm kind of intrigued actually. Sounds funny. Hippo Player 2.4. I tried Hippo Player a couple of times. Was it Hippo Player? I think it was. Because I'm getting confused between Hippo Player and Delhi Player. Or Delhi Tracker or something. I think it's Hippo Player. And it's just so confusing to set up. That's what I remember from it anyway. I was trying to set it up at one point. Now I just use the Eagle Player. Well, I don't actually use the Eagle Player, but if I want to use like any sort of player in Workbench, I've got Eagle Player installed. Mostly use Sound Tracker. Ooh, what is this? This looks nice. Jackman. Jackman. I mean, it looks interesting. I'm sure these you can get from Aminet. Over the years, there have been more Pac-Man clones than one would have thought possible, with every freeware and shareware author seemingly wanting to prove that he or she can inject something new into the well-worn theme by attempting to add new depth to the gameplay, rather than simply going for a flashy graphics and sound effects. Jackman goes a lot further than many such efforts. After you've been treated to a couple of slick opening screens and given the chance to input a password. obtained during a previous playing session, it's straight into the first of the 9 levels contained in this demonstration version of Jackman. It's an extremely colorful game, and despite the small size of sprites, the graphics are very detailed and well drawn. It caught my eye, that's for sure. So I'll try Jackman next time. When I go on like my PD game search. It's like I go on to search and just download random PD games. I like doing that. Days with a huge frickin' scanners again. Not as big as the other one which I saw. Who's he? Oh, Ben Bust. Aladdin 4D, what is this? I keep seeing this. First look at the latest 3D package to hit these shores. Aladdin 4D version 5. Ben Bust goes all vector graphics on your ass. I've always seen it and never... Oh, my iTech. My beloved iTech. Excuse that, I'm gonna be doing that every time I see it. Scott, you gotta miss something, don't you? Oh, I miss a lot of things. I always saw this, the zip drive mod, which was kind of like done on the actual... It's like, they take out the 3.5 inch drive on the Amiga 1200, the built-in one, and they put a zip drive in there instead. But you can't load games from zip drive like this. You can't like, so how are you gonna load games? Just what I'm saying. So it's a bit... it was nice, and I thought, when I saw it in the... I'm talking about this thing here. When I actually saw it first time, I thought, wow, you can actually boot games off zip disks. Therefore, you can just like boot Sound Tracker and have like, all your samples and your thing. It's just like a hard drive, kind of thing. So I got all excited and I thought, okay, this is going to be. But then once I got a tower, and then I started I've got this thing here. And I started putting everything in, and I realized that the only way to connect, other than SCSI of course, the only way to connect zip drives is via the IDE interface, and you cannot boot from them. Which just sucks actually. I don't know why you cannot boot from them. You should have been able to. You could boot from hard drives. You should have been able to boot from that, zip drives and CD-ROM drives. That would have been amazing. You'd have been able to play CD32 games. Right? Some of them anyway. So I'm not sure why the Kickstart ROMs didn't support CD booting. Especially like the later ones, like the 3.1 and stuff like this. Draw Studio 2. Some nice graphics though. I like this comic book cartoony kind of style. Here. Nice. Big scanners. They amuse me. I used to have one. Freaking huge thing. Had a fluorescent tube inside it. It's just like, not like the LED ones you get these days. Sound probe. Ooh, what's this 3D? Sound probe features various ways to looking at the same data. If you happen to have an Amiga with a graphics card, you can see all the colors in a nice big screen. Ordinary Amigas will work too, of course, but you'll need to use less colors to avoid waiting around all day. If you choose, you can see. I used to view it in a way, like graphical way like this. Interesting, kind of nice. CRT TV. I do have CRT TVs in the attic. They're just RF, so I lost interest in them. I need to get them out and see what I can do with them. Look at that beauty. If I saw it at a decent price, this iTech Easy Tower, I really would get it. It's like beautiful memories. But do you know why I've got such a thingy for this? It's not only because it's, I towered it myself and all that, because since I got my 1200, in like 1997, since then, after like getting used to the 1200, and I bought the Amiga format and CU Amiga and all that stuff, and I just saw the towering options, and I've been dreaming about it since. Dreamt about it since like it was like the year 2000. Yeah, it was like year 2000. No, it was 1999 or something. And I actually towered my Amiga. I was like dreaming of it and constantly just looking at these ads and burning holes in the paper using my freaking eyes. Just looking at these things. Ooh. Epic marketing. Had their 17-bit software on CD. I've got a couple of their CDs actually. I need to dig them out. This AMI PC link up, I used to think it was like amazing and everything, but it's just parallel. I mean, yes, it's better than, you know, serial connection, but parallel port. A bit slow. I did one better. I did that, you know, after getting AMI PC link up and realizing, you know, it wasn't as I imagined it. I actually obviously got to, when I got my tower, I got 2 zip drives, and with CrossOS 7, just like between zip drives, just put on the Amiga zip drive and then the PC zip drive, you know, just switch between them, and it was perfect. I miss the zip drive, even though it's like, you know, they're slow and everything. There's just something nice about them. Mooey. Mooey. I used to get confused with this GUI and MUI and all this stuff is. Magic User Interface. Dopus 5.5. Thing is, with Dopus, I mean, it was good. I can use it and everything. You know, it's not bad. This is the internet copying tool. But I'm talking about directory Opus. Because I'm so used to using Diskmaster and Diskmaster Gold, mostly, that, I don't know, I just got really used to that. Opus is really good, yeah, of course, but I just never got on with it. Even though, you know, it can do like long file names and stuff, and Diskmaster can only now do long file names. When you download the latest Diskmaster version, you know, only then. Advanced AREX coding. I always wondered what this AREX stuff was. I'm still not entirely sure what AREX is and AREX script is. Like, got a rough, you know, about the gist of it and stuff, but not in any way, not in a big way. Oh, that's that Sabrina squirrel. I remember the one where she was talking about playing Dig Dug at 5 frames per second. Reader ads. Years were for sale. Almost complete. Let's have a look at some of these. For sale. Amiga C32, 2 hand controllers, PSU, plus 23 games, £125. Call Terry on 01, whatever. I wish I could call him and say, yeah, I'm fine buying that. Here's £125. Please give me all this. Honestly, that's a deal and a half. Goodness. Wish I bought that CD 32 of him back then. Quite a deal, all those games. Freaking even one game costs that much if you're lucky these days. This one's cover CD. Music Meltdown. Next month, Snap Happy. New digital cameras allow you to get photos onto your Amiga. They aren't the only route, so we explain how else to get your pictures onto your computer and what to do with them once they are there. That's the one, online PD. Phone for your free 3-disc catalog, listing hardware, peripherals, and you know all this stuff. And I used to get it. I used to look through the disc catalogs while listening to the music. I don't know. The mods. Of course, rip the mods. And even the mod command, which lets you play the music when you're, when you're kind of loading a disk up. I used to do that on certain utility disks. Ooh! Amiga Bundle 1, $269.95. Amiga 1200 Magic Pack bundles. Viper MK68030 accelerator, 4 megabytes of RAM. Amiga Bundle 2, $459. Amiga 1200 Magic Pack bundles. Blizzard 50 MHz 6830 accelerator, 8 megabytes of RAM, internal 1.7 gigabyte hard drive. Not bad for back then, considering that. And not only that, you get the entire Magic Pack too. What is this? The Power CD Blizzard bundle includes Blizzard 1230 50 MHz 6830 accelerator, SCSI interface included, 8 megabytes of RAM included, external SCSI CD-ROM drive, Oscar and Digger CD-ROM. These are CD32 titles. Oh, of course! Yeah, if you've got SCSI, you can actually boot from a CD-ROM drive. Well, not natively, you'll have to use a boot disk, but you can still boot from a CD-ROM drive. So in a way, you can actually... Oh... See, this is what I was like when I was looking at all this stuff back then. I was just like, ooh, look at this I wanted, ooh, look at this I wanted. Nothing much has changed. And there we have it. 1997, November 1997 issue. So, I hope you enjoyed. I flipped through here, and yeah, thanks so much for your likes, your shares. Do leave your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to check out my other videos, because I do plenty of other stuff. Starting to do way more now. And yeah, do subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. For now, I will say adios.